Hi, welcome to part 2 of the video school. This time we'll be looking at some padlocks. In front of me I have a random Chinese 65mm padlock with a 12mm hardened shackle, and this one costs a fraction of a ruko. And people ask me how come the rukos are so expensive, because the rukos put up more fights than this one. So that's why we need a real padlock. As you could see, you could shim these ones. This one is a very, very old ruko. It's actually made out of zinc because it's from the time around the war where it was hard to get some decent metals. And those who paid close attention in video 1 can actually tell that this is not the original key because it only has a single shoulder part. So this is the modern key for this one. This one has been repinned at some point. But this old one actually has a screw and can be completely taken apart, even though it's that old. And as we can see in a second, it is really interesting construction, and we can then lift up this section, hopefully, and here we can, if we pop this little pin out, it should be the shackle retaining pin. It's here. We can take this one out and we should be able to lift the entire top off. There we go. Then we can actually see the two parts that blocks the shackle. So, and this one is so old that these patterns must be released by now. So there's no excuse for the Chinese to keep making that shit. In here we can see how simple this one is, with these two little studs that actually turn and push. And if we take these tiny screws out, we can actually pull out the core and repin this thing. This is a nice historical padlock and the oldest ruko padlock in my collection. The next generation of antique padlocks here is this one, also with a removable core. This is also a nice beefy ruko, and I have taken the screw out by now, so I can pull this out and show you the insides. And this one also comes with two metal studs, and it's actually moving these two independent activators here that go in and out of the shackle. So again, this old padlock cannot be shimmed. It's also quite safe. The only problem here is that it's just like the antique one, just a 5-pinner, and therefore can be bumped open, but it cannot be shimmed. You need to know details about lock picking to open this. You cannot just use a piece of soda cane. It requires skills. Another nice old lock is this one. This was actually demonstrated in another lock pickers video recently, just with another brand name on it. And this one is also a lock that you cannot shim, because when you look at the shackle here, you can see the shape of it, and it actually goes straight inside the core. So that rotates and blocks. So a nice old thing from the past. interesting little lock, pointless for securing your values. And as I showed in the identification video, there's exactly the same lock here, just with a 6-pin miniature one. And the thing with these two, as well as the next one I'll show you, is that these ones cannot be repinned. They have fixed cores, so if you want to master key these with something else, this one has to be your key that you start with. You cannot repin this one. This one is the yellow one of the new ones, and this is also a class 1, and actually when you look inside you can see they are using the exact same technology as these old ones. So this is the Ruko Assa 1. It has a 6mm, and still it cannot be shimmed, but it can be cut with a bolt cutter, or you can pick this lock. It's a 5-pinner, and but again it requires skills. Next, this one is a 10mm, good old with ball bearings. This one is actually one of the old ones that introduced the snowman, and the same snowman technology that is being used in the padlocks today. So these can be repinned and changed, and you can get them with different profiles, and it's also available in brass here with the Ruko Assa 2. And as you can see here, this is a snowman with a 6-pin snowman. For see, it's upside down. I had a little picking moment with this one previously, and the core actually goes into this one, and this is just a snowman that you might have seen me pin up for Potty's little time challenge. And this one has a ball bearing and an actuator here that is directly connected here to the core. And again, this cannot be shimmed. And let me just take an old padlock here and pull the activator out and show you how it works. There we go. See, when it's locked, the ball bearings are pushed out here into the shackle, and when you rotate this one, the balls fall in here and you can pull the shackle out. So again, you don't compress this or bump this or shim this or anything. You open it with the key or pick it if you want to get in. The class 2 padlock. Next in line is the class 3. This one provides a bit of extra security, where the class 2 has open access to the snowman. This one has an extra protection down here. It's a drill protection, and actually protecting the core quite well here. And this one doesn't contain any pins, so I can open it up like that. And again, it can see the nice big steel balls here that lock in to the shackle. This is a good padlock. More expensive than the green one, but also provides more security. If you want top of the range, I would recommend you to use this. This one has a 14mm shackle. It's all steel, and it has a big heavy steel protection down here. And in one of my next videos I'll actually be making a new snowman for this one, because this one only has a 6-pin snowman and it's a bit pointless for a lock like this. So I'll most likely be making a Garant Plus 16-pin snowman for this one. This one is not up to the standards, so something to have a look at in another video, but that was all for now. So a look into the history of the ruko padlocks. Have a nice time. Bye.